My name is Mudra Enoch, and we are going to revise together alpha and beta roots, finding the equations. So the first question reads, if alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x squared minus 4x minus 3 is equals to 0, form a quadratic equation whose roots are 2 alpha and 2 beta. So what you have to bear in mind is that there are certain identity that you have to know before you start answering anything, and then you find the value so we can start. So our first solutions, we have to bear in mind to say that you have an identity of alpha plus beta is equals to negative b over a, and then the product of alpha beta is equals to c over a. Now, what you have to understand is that these values a, b, you have to obtain from the quadratic equation that you have been given. But let me just write the standard form, which is alpha ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So this is the quadratic form that you are going to abide to. So I'm going to write the original equation that I've been given. So that is x squared minus 4x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now I have to find the sum of alpha plus b, beta. So that is alpha plus beta is equals to. So this b is the coefficient of x, which is negative 4. So this negative, so negative open brackets negative 4 over the value of a, that is the coefficient of x squared, which is the coefficient of x squared is 1b. So over 1. Alpha plus beta is equals to negative times negative, which is positive. So this is the what? The value for this identity that I should use when finding the quadratic equation. So from there, I have also to find the what? The product of alpha and beta. So alpha beta is equals to my c, that is the constant which is corresponding to that, which is negative 3 over coefficient of x squared, which is a, is 1 over 1 alpha beta is equals to negative 3. Now, we have been given to find the quadratic equation from 2 alpha and 2 beta. So I have to find the sum of the roots of 2 alpha and 2 beta. So I'll say sum of the root, sum of the roots, so which is 2 alpha plus 2 beta. So here you are going to factorize, so 2 is common, which is alpha plus beta. So from there you are going to say 2 open brackets, alpha plus beta you have calculated to be positive 4. So positive 4 there, so 2 times 2, which is 8. So keep this 8, so keep it. And then from there you are going to find also the what? Product of the roots. So say product of the roots. So product of the roots, that simply means that you are multiplying 2 alpha and 2 beta. So that is 2 alpha multiplied by 2 beta. So this is 2 times 2, which is 4, multiplied by alpha times beta, which is alpha b beta. So from there, you have already calculated your what? Your alpha beta. So that is 4 multiplied by negative 3. So 4 times negative 3, that is negative 12. Now from there, you are going to write the general expression for finding what? Quadratic equation. So I'm going to lab. So the general expression, that is x squared minus sum of the roots x plus products of the roots is equals to 0. So what simply means that what you are going to do, you have already calculated your sum of the roots. So you are going to get this value, you are going to replace it where there is sum of the roots, and then product of the roots, you are going to get that value. So you are going to write x squared minus the sum of the roots you have calculated to be 8. 8 times x, 8x, plus product of the roots, that is negative 12, is equals to 0. So x squared minus 8x, positive times negative is negative 12 is equals to 0. So this is your quadratic equation for what? 2 alpha and beta. This is the final answer. So from there, we can now proceed to B. So same procedures and same steps. So you are going to say sum of the roots that is 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. So here just find the common denominator, which is alpha beta. So alpha into alpha beta, these are going to cancel, you are going to remain with beta there. So beta plus beta and beta, they are going to cancel. You are going to multiply with alpha. This is the same thing, writing alpha plus beta over alpha beta. So alpha plus beta, you calculated to be what? Positive 4. So it's 4 over what? The value that you calculated for what? For alpha beta, which was negative 3. So your value is supposed to be negative 4 over 3. That is what? Sum of the roots. Now, what about product of the roots? So say products of the roots. So product of the roots simply means that you are multiplying these two. So that is alpha over beta plus 1 over beta like that. You are multiplying. So 1 times 1 is 1 over alpha times beta is alpha beta. So that is 1 over alpha beta we calculated to be negative 3. So this is negative 1 over 3. So you have to keep these values. Now you write the general what? Expression. So the general expression, that is x squared minus sum of the roots x plus products of the roots is equals to 0. So there, that is x squared minus sum of the roots, that is negative 4 over 3. So negative 4 over 3 x plus their product of the roots, negative 1 over 3 is equals to 0. So that is x squared, negative times negative, that is plus 4 over 3 x. Positive times negative, that is negative. So minus 1 over 3 is equals to 0. So now, what I'm going to do here, I want to leave this quadratic equation in standard form. So what am I going to do? I have to multiply with the denominator, which is 3. So multiply by what? 3. 3 times x, so that is 3x squared. So this is 3 and that will cancel each other. You are going to remain with me positive 4x. There they are going to cancel each other. You are going to remain with negative 1 is equals to 3 times 0, that is 0. So this is also your final answer for what? For B.